There's something no one tells you about growing older. It's not just about the aches in your joints or forgetting where you placed your keys. It's about how the world starts to treat you differently. Softer voices, fewer questions, less eye contact, and slowly, without warning, you start to wonder, do I still matter? But here's the hard truth. Sometimes it's not just them. Sometimes it's us. We fall into patterns, habits, little things we do every single day that quietly chip away at our confidence, our independence, and yes, our dignity. And the worst part? Most of us don't even notice it's happening. These aren't bad habits in the traditional sense. They're subtle, but if you're over 70, they can send a message to the world. I've given up. And nothing could be further from the truth. Because you haven't given up. You still have value. You still have purpose. And you absolutely still deserve to be seen, heard, and respected. But first, you have to let go of what's holding you back. In this video, we'll uncover 8 habits that may be quietly sabotaging your dignity after 70. And more importantly, how to let them go so you can reclaim the self-respect, confidence, and joy that have always been yours, and still are. It's time to drop the habits that diminish you and embrace the strength that's been within you all along. It's easy to forget that dignity isn't just about standing tall or wearing a sharp outfit. It's not just about holding your head high in a photo or being seen as put together. True dignity is about being seen, being heard, and being treated like your thoughts, your needs, and your presence still matter. But something happens when we enter our 70s and beyond. People around us start making assumptions that we're fragile, that we're confused, that we're done growing, done learning, done leading. And whether they mean to or not, they start speaking for us, making decisions for us, sometimes even treating us like children in disguise. It's subtle, a conversation you're left out of, a chair you're not offered, a laugh that doesn't include you. And while everyone else moves on, you're left wondering, is this just what happens when you get older? But here's the truth most won't say out loud. You don't lose dignity because of age. You lose it because the world expects you to quietly accept less. And sometimes you do. But it doesn't have to be that way. Your 70s are not the end of your influence. They are not the end of your independence. In fact, this chapter of your life can be the most grounded, powerful, and free, if you're willing to protect your dignity like the treasure it is. But dignity isn't something people hand to you. It's something you protect with how you carry yourself, how you speak, how you show up in the world. And that's where the danger lies. In the habits that creep in quietly, habits that feel polite or harmless, but actually tell the world, I don't expect to be treated with respect anymore. Every time you downplay your needs, every time you shrink yourself in a room, every time you let someone speak for you, you're giving away something sacred. In your 70s, dignity matters more than ever, because this is the age where people stop watching what you do and start assuming they already know who you are. But you can prove them wrong. And it starts by recognizing the 8 habits that quietly tell the world you've stepped back when you should be stepping forward. A senior woman slowly walks into a community clinic. She approaches the reception desk and, with a nervous smile, says, apologizing excessively, sorry to bother you. I know you're busy. I think I have an appointment. I'm sorry if I got the time wrong. I'm really sorry. We've all been taught that being polite is a sign of good manners. But there's a fine line between being respectful and making yourself smaller. And one of the quickest ways we shrink ourselves is by apologizing for simply existing. You might say, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be a bother. Or sorry, I know I talk too much. Or I'm probably wrong, but... And what seems like harmless politeness sends a powerful message to others. My presence is inconvenient. My voice is less important. I'm a problem. Now watch this. Same woman, different approach. Good afternoon. I have a 2 o'clock appointment. Could you confirm it for me? No apology. No shrinking. Just clear, confident communication. It's not about being rude. It's about recognizing your right to take up space, to ask for help, to speak your truth without saying sorry for it. The more you apologize for things that don't require an apology, the more you teach others to overlook. Why do we do this? Often, it comes from years of feeling like we have to make ourselves easy to be around, to not upset anyone, to keep the peace. But now, in your 70s, you've earned the right to speak plainly, kindly, and confidently, without guilt. Instead of, sorry I'm late. Try, thank you for waiting. Instead of, sorry for asking. Say, I have a question. Instead of, sorry to bother you. Use, excuse me, can you help me? Each time you replace an unnecessary apology with a clear request or a simple thank you, you reclaim a piece of your self-respect. You remind the world, I matter. I belong here. My voice deserves space. Apologizing for everything might make you seem gentle, but in reality, it can make others see you as unsure, invisible, even powerless. But you're not powerless. You're experienced. You're wise. And you deserve to be heard without tiptoeing through your own conversations. Have you caught yourself saying sorry? Too often, even when you haven't done anything wrong. What's one phrase you want to change starting today? The truth is, the way you speak teaches others how to treat you. So stop apologizing for being human. Speak clearly. Speak kindly. But above all, speak with dignity. Neglecting personal grooming. It may seem like a small thing. What you wear, how your hair looks, whether or not you've shaved or added a touch of fragrance. But don't let its simplicity fool you, because how you present yourself is a mirror of how you feel inside. After 70, it's easy to slip into the mindset that it doesn't matter anymore, that people don't notice, that comfort is more important. And yes, comfort is essential, but dignity and comfort deeper. A loss of motivation, a sense of not being seen, or a silent belief that you've entered a stage where you no longer need to shine. But you do need to shine, because the world needs to see you, not just as you were, but as you are now. Wise, resilient, beautiful. What's one small grooming habit that lifts your mood instantly? A haircut? A favorite outfit? Lipstick on a Monday? Share it in the comments. Let's inspire each other to keep showing up proudly. Remember, looking good isn't about impressing others. It's about reminding yourself that you still deserve care, attention, and admiration every single day. Because confidence is dignity in action, and it starts with how you treat yourself. In the mirror. Tolerating disrespect from others. It may not be loud, it may not be cruel, but disrespect, especially in your later years, often comes quietly, disguised as jokes, interrupted thoughts, decisions made for you, not with you. And over time, if you don't speak up, the message others receive is clear. What I think doesn't matter anymore. But here's the truth. It does. And letting others dismiss you, even with a smile, slowly chips away at your dignity. Most seniors don't tolerate disrespect because they're weak. They do it because they love their families, because they don't want conflict, because they were raised to just let it go. But there's a difference between peacekeeping and allowing yourself to be treated like you don't matter. These may seem small, but when repeated, they send a message to your mind and body. Stay quiet. You're in the way. Don't accept that. Ever. Please let me finish speaking. I appreciate your help, but I'd like to make that choice myself. I have something to say. Please listen. Speaking up doesn't mean raising your voice. It means raising your value. You can disagree with grace. You can redirect disrespect with dignity. And when you do, people notice. They learn to treat you the way you treat yourself. You've spent decades earning wisdom, insight, and experience. So when someone talks over you, laughs at your ideas, or shuts you out of decisions, they're not just being rude. They're missing out. And if you stay silent, they may never learn otherwise. Dignity doesn't demand attention. It commands it. Have you ever been spoken over, dismissed, or underestimated because of your age? How did it make you feel? And how did you respond? Respect isn't a favor. It's a right. And every time you let someone overlook your voice, your opinion, or your experience, you hand over a piece of your dignity. But not anymore. Because your voice still matters. In your family, in your community, in the world. Letting others make decisions for you. It starts small. A family member picks your outfit. Someone else orders your meal. Your finances get discussed without you in the room. They mean well, but slowly, silently, your choices begin to vanish. After 70, it's common to hear, "Don't worry, we've got it. Just let us handle that." And maybe you're tired. Maybe it feels easier to say, "Okay." But here's the danger. The more decisions others make for you, the less you feel like you. Decision-making is more than practicality. It's power. It's identity. It's the quiet voice that says, "I'm still in control of my life." When you hand over that voice again and again, you begin to disappear from your own story. These may seem like little things, but add them up and you're no longer living your life. You're simply going along for the ride. Reclaiming your dignity doesn't mean being difficult. It means being present. Start small. Why'd have you checkmark pick your own meals, even if someone else is cooking? Why'd have you checkmark say what you'd like to wear? Why'd have you checkmark ask about the family budget and speak up? Why'd have you checkmark say, I'd like to decide for myself, and mean it? It's not selfish. It's self-honoring. Because you are the expert on your own life. You don't have to reject help. Just make sure it's help, not takeover. True respect happens when people include you in the decisions that shape your life. What's one small decision you've taken back, and how did it make you feel? Tell us in the comments. Your courage could inspire someone else. Your voice matters. Your choices matter. And every time you say, I'll decide, you're reminding the world that you are still the author of your own story. Withdrawing from social circles. It starts gradually. One missed event, one unanswered call, one thought. They're probably too busy anyway. And before you know it, the silence isn't just in the room. It's in your heart. Withdrawing from social circles after 7-0 may feel like a natural slowing down. But the truth is, isolation chips away at more than your calendar. It chips away at your sense of worth. Without connection, you begin to forget how much you matter. The less you engage, the less people reach out. And slowly, invisibility sets in. Not because you are invisible, but because you stopped showing up. This isn't just sad, it's dangerous. Social isolation is linked to depression, faster cognitive decline, and even heart problems. But here's the good news. Rebuilding a connection doesn't require a crowd. It only requires intention. Dignity is fed by relationships, people who see you, hear you, miss you, and love you. When you engage, you remind yourself and the world, I'm still here. I still matter. Here's how to take that first step back into the world. Why'd have you checkmark call an old friend just to say hello? Why'd have you checkmark accept an invitation, even if you're nervous? Why'd have you checkmark join a group, a class, or a cause? Start small. Why'd have you checkmark visit a neighbor or invite someone for tea? Why'd have you checkmark use technology to stay in touch? Text, video chat, or even voice notes. It's not about how many friends you have. It's about choosing not to disappear. One viewer told us, I hadn't seen a friend in months. I sent one text, and now we walk together every week. One small act reopened a world of connection. Let's break the silence. Start a conversation in the comments, because someone might need your voice more than you know. Withdrawing may feel safe, but it's not where dignity lives. Dignity lives in connection, in laughter, in eye contact, and shared stories. So make the call. Say yes. Open the door, because the world still needs you. Now let me ask you something. Which of these 8 habits have you noticed, either in yourself or in someone you love? It's not always easy to admit, but awareness is the first powerful step toward change. Have you caught yourself apologizing too much, slouching a little more than you used to, or quietly stepping back from social events? You're not alone. We all fall into patterns, especially when the world treats us like we're fading away. But the truth is, you're still here. You still matter, and your story still counts. Scroll down and share your thoughts in the comments. Your voice could be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. When we open up, we build bridges, not just with others, but with ourselves. Like and subscribe if you found even one piece of truth here.